Hello, all of you cool, epic, awesome listeners out there. Welcome
Hello,
back.
fans.
You're now listening to episode 12 of the Cool, Epic, Awesome podcast. And I am your co host, Matt.
And I'm Joe.
And
Look, I didn't realize we were at 12 episodes. Damn.
yeah, yeah, dude, we've come a long way. Yeah, I was trying to think back to when we first started it because we make one every 2 weeks.
It was when Black Phone came out. So what was that, April?
Yeah, something like that. But we've had a steady non growth, which is awesome. But
Yeah. We love stagnicity.
yeah. Um, but anyways, I guess to outline the episode, we watched three movies. Well, one of them was like a short film, I guess, but we're going to talk about Bones and All, new Timothy Chalamet, the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, and then what I recommended last episode, which is American Beauty.
Yeah.
So I guess we could start with Bones and All, which it was one of my most anticipated of the year, and I was super disappointed. I can't lie.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it, but definitely a letdown. I thought it was gonna be one of like the better movies that came out this year.
Yeah, and this director is apparently like really awesome, but I've only seen he made the Suspiria remake, um, which was really good, and I know he made what's that other movie? The
Call
one with
Me by
Ar
Your Name.
yeah, the one with Army Hammer,
Yeah.
which is kind of weird because Army
Yeah. He's
Hammer's
a cannibal.
yeah, so maybe he got inspired while on set to make this,
Yeah.
but yeah, I just like I didn't really see what direction. But the director's Luca Guadagnino. I don't know if I'm saying that right.
Guadagnino?
Something like that. But yeah, in case anyone is wondering. But I just like don't really understand the direction he was going. I don't really get what the point of the movie is, to be honest.
Yeah. I
Um
just feel like it had trouble picking whether it wanted to be a straight up horror or a romance, like coming of age thing. And like for the first half of the like when they talk about all the cannibal stuff, the movie's really good. Like they establish like how like cannibals kind of find each other and like kind of like almost like a lore to it. And then when they get into the more like romance side of it, I feel like that's when the movie really slowed down and started to lose me.
yeah, I agree. And I forgot to give a little synopsis in case anyone hasn't
Ah,
seen
yeah,
it. But it basically follows this girl who is we find out within the first 10 minutes that she's a cannibal and she needs to feed every so often. So whenever there's a time where she feeds, she her family has to pack it up. She lives with her dad, he has to pack it up. They have to move states and like basically avoid the the opposition, I guess.
yeah,
And then her pops ends up abandoning her, and she ends up realizing that she's not the only one, and there are much more cannibals out there. She meets one who's played by Timothy, and they have a little romance going on. But yeah, like what you were saying though about the romance, like I completely agree with that. I feel like that those parts were really slow, like they really slowed down the pace of the film for me,
yeah.
and that's not why I was there. And I guess that's not really a testament to like how well the movie was made, but in terms of how much I enjoyed it, I wish they would have went
Focus more on
more,
the cannibal side of the film.
yeah, more in the slasher,
Yeah,
like thriller aspect. Because throughout they're cannibals, but how many people do they eat? Like two the whole
yeah.
movie?
And then the thing that got me the most annoyed was in the movie they established that they meet up with this other cannibal like as they're hitchhiking, and he talks about after you eat like a human whole, like eat every part of the and that's where the title comes from. It's called Bones and All. He says when you come there's before you eat bones and all and after, and they kind of allude to like once you eat the whole human, like you change, like you're different. And they established that, and then they just never spoke about it again in the film. which kind of got
Yeah,
me annoyed. I wanted them to like. I thought they were gonna go into that more, like have them eat somebody whole. Well, you know.
I mean, I think at the end, um, we're supposed to just like imply that she eats Timothy's character, bones and all, at the
I
end.
mean, mm,
Spoilers, but
yeah. I
my bad.
mean, it doesn't really. There's no reason for her. Like they don't allude to that at all. Like he doesn't say like eat me. Like there's no. I don't know.
I think Loki does say it. I could be wrong, but
I know he tells her to eat him, but he doesn't say like I don't know.
yeah,
That's at least what I got from it.
yeah. No, but back to what you were saying about the whole like cannibal kind of cult, I guess, or not
Lore,
cult, but yeah, the lore.
society, like
Yeah, I wish they would have went into that more and like explained what these cannibals do, where they hide out, or
yeah,
how they function. And we do see that a little bit when they meet those two guys. Do you remember that?
yeah. When they
And this
meet,
is
yeah,
yeah, this is something that I realized after, but the guy who isn't actually
yeah. It
a cannibal,
was David Gordon Green.
yeah, he's the
I didn't
director of
realize that after
the
until
Halloween movies.
yeah,
But yeah, his character was like he was just a cannibal because he wanted to be. It wasn't some like all these other cannibals that we meet, they all are like predisposed to this. They're just born with it. They have like an urge and a need to excuse me, to eat people. But this dude was just doing it because he thought it was interesting or something.
yeah.
And then you have Taylor Russell's character, who I'm just gonna I forget her name, but
Whose
she got
character? I'm sorry.
Taylor Russell, the girl. I think that's
Was
her
it
name.
Marin or something like that?
Marin, I think so. Sorry guys.
I'm probably
Yeah,
saying it wrong.
yeah, Marin. Um, she basically says to dude like you don't have to do this. Like we only do this because we have to, and we're like hurting other people, and it's inhibiting our lives and other people's lives. But you're just doing it for fun. She gets like mad annoyed, and
Yeah,
then they end up dipping on them, which was it was a pretty tense scene.
yeah.
I like that part a lot. Um,
Honestly, I was just thinking about this earlier. After that initial first scene in the movie, I feel like after that, like that was like the peak of the movie to me. And then not that it was bad, but it never really got as like good as that initial 10 minutes to me.
yeah, I 100% agree. That first scene where she bites the finger off that
Yeah.
girl, that was my favorite scene in the movie.
Yeah, me too. And
And
like I had I mean you said you saw it in the trailer, but I generally had no idea and it scared the shit out of me because you don't expect it at all.
yeah, it is so out of nowhere. They're just chilling on under the table, and she just starts feasting on her. But
Excuse me.
you can,
Yeah.
but um, but yeah, I feel like it reached a high at that point. I remember when we were watching it in the theater, I saw that first scene, and I was like, holy shit,
Yeah.
like, this movie's about to be sick. And then it just never
It never
got.
really picked up after that.
Yeah, there was also that one scene, one of the kills when Timothy Chalamet's character, his name was Lee. He like pretends to seduce this guy,
Oh yeah.
and I, that scene was like a little distracting, I guess, and like confusing.
Yeah, I didn't really understand like they didn't have to go that deep into it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess is he like bisexual or something? I don't know, because he
Maybe.
basically he
I
like
mean, I don't know. I didn't
y-
really I
yeah.
didn't
So the scene is like he Lee like is at some carnival and he's flirting with this guy who I guess he knows is gay, and he's just like trying to seduce him so that he could kill him and him and Marin can eat the guy. But what ends up happening is like he has OD chances to just kill him, but he just hooks up with him and like gets him to climax and then kills him
yeah.
like while he's climaxing, which is kind of like I don't,
Foul.
it was just like I just didn't understand why they had to go that far unless there was some sort of artistic vision to it that I'm not understanding.
Yeah, there was really no need for but I mean, they could have just literally been had him go smoke because he says like, "Oh, I have weed. Do you want to smoke?" So that like that's how they initially like he goes to like a carnival game. The guy works the carnival, so they could have just had him meet up with him. I thought he was just gonna like kill when he first goes over there. I was like, "Oh, he's gonna just kill him right now." Like as soon as he goes up to him, and then like they just start like making out and going to the cornfield. I was like, I thought. I mean, I don't know. There was
Yeah,
no
I
need
mean,
for that.
like it is what it is, but it was a little distracting. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I kind of want to touch back on what I was saying about how surprisingly, there's not really a sense of direction. Like Marin ends up getting on the road. She meets up with Lee, and they never really like do anything. It's kind of just
Well, it was.
them.
Excuse me. The whole thing was like they're going to find her mom, and then she finds her mom, and her mom, like, is in, like, an insane asylum, basically, and, like, the nurse is like, "Oh, like, she has a letter for you." And, like, the mom's all, like, fucked up, like, she's missing like, limbs and shit, like, she just looks, like, insane. And the mom is just like, "Yeah, like, I'm a cannibal too, and, like, I wrote this just in case you came here," or something, and saying basically that, like, she needs to kill her, and then, like, just fucking, like, attacks her out of nowhere. But, like, why like, I don't know, there's just
Yeah,
so many
that's
things that don't make any sense about that.
that scene was super corny, and the whole film is basically saying that Marin wants to find her mother, and she asked Lee to bring her, and they're searching for her this whole movie. Then they finally get to her, and it just like that plot line just wraps up
Yeah.
like strangely like that. And then after that, I just don't understand like what was the point? Like I like the movie ends, and I'm like, well, okay, like what was the point? Nothing happened, the whole movie.
Yeah, no.
And don't even, bro, the ending was terrible in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean,
You have Sully, who he was actually my favorite character. I can't lie, and it's Mark Rylance plays him, who's like he's a character actor. But anyways, he's this kind of just strange, quirky old man, like cannibal dude, who had been following Marin the whole film, and he's never really like malicious towards her until one scene where she says she doesn't want to like pull up with him, and he calls her a cunt or something. Um, and then the final scene of the movie, he like tracked her down to her house in Michigan or something, and like just tries to kill her for some reason. He shows up out of nowhere, tries to kill her, and he ends up killing Timothy by accident, and he dies also. And it was just like so like unnecessary, I guess, and
yeah.
tonally inconsistent with what we had seen before. It got like super goofy at that point after a serious ass
I
movie.
think he came to kill her because he was tight that she was, like, like, with not necessarily dating, but, like, traveling around with someone else. So I think that's the reason why he came, like, to kill her, but still, it just doesn't it's just, like and that plot point was, like I thought it was over with when he beefed with her at the end.
Mhm.
Like, when and then I was like, "Oh, whatever, like, I guess that's it," and, like, it was just gonna be about Lee and Marin, but he just pulls up out of nowhere for some reason. The more I think about it, the more I don't like this movie.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. It's just there's just so much that I just don't understand.
But I don't think it's not a bad movie, I just feel like we had such high expectations for it, so the fact that it doesn't live up at all makes it so much worse.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of technical aspects, like it was very well made. It was decently
Like, the
directed.
music was good and
Yeah, the score was good. Cinematography was
it was
great. There
good,
was a lot
yeah.
of beautiful shots, and there was this one shot like where I thought they should have just ended the movie there. It was
Well,
when Lee and Marin end up reconnecting after they had beefed for a little bit, and they're chilling on that like hill, and Lee opens up to her about his father and all this shit, and like it pans back, and they're sitting there, and there's like this beautiful shot of them on the hill. His character arc was over. He finally opened up. Her character arc's over. She accepted that her mother is not who she thought she was, and you get this great shot. The movie should have just ended there.
Yeah.
But instead it cuts to black and then just goes to the scene of Sully pulling up and like killing Lee. For for I just don't see how that was necessary.
Yeah, it just made no sense.
Um,
Did you have
yeah,
a favorite character?
yeah. My favorite character was Sully, at least until the end. I thought he was great up until that last scene.
Yeah, that kind of ruined him, honestly. He was like,
It was-
because I like how he introduced the whole like cannibal society and like, and like another detail about him was that he had like the braids of all the people that he's killed, and he has like a super, super long like line. So it would have been cool to see more stories he had about like how he's like survived and stuff.
yeah, and you end up finding out that
Oh
he
yeah, yeah.
he killed Lee's sister because when he pulls up to kill Lee, that braid thing that he has Lee's
His
sister's
yeah.
hair, which was, I mean, that was a pretty cool touch. It was like a nice way
Yeah,
to
which
add
is
that
a
in.
I feel like they should have, uh, like, made that more known that he killed, because it's really kinda like a blink and you miss it. Because honestly, I didn't realize it till after you told me. Because he
Yeah,
says it one small mention of it, and then, like, they just start beefing, and, like, you see it for a second, but, like, even when you see it, like, you don't know that it's his sister, you only know because he said it.
yeah, it was very subtle,
Yeah.
which I mean, I don't really have an issue with that, honestly. But one thing that I will say, as much as I'm disappointed by the movie, something that I really did enjoy about it, and I thought it did a good job, was sort of balancing these two complete opposites of having this sort of warm, like lovey story, and then also having this insanely dark,
Dark,
twisted,
yeah.
like cannibalism
Slasher,
story.
basically,
But
yeah.
at the end of the movie, they had these the editing was great at the end. They had these cuts where it would show like a shot of Lee's body or like the room completely covered in blood. Just it would be silent and just cut instantly to outside. Like birds are chirping. There's like sunlight. You see the trees, and then cut back, and it's like another gruesome shot of somebody bleeding out or something. Then cut back to something seemingly normal, and it sort of like shows the contrast in a visual way of the main themes of the story, which I thought was very well done.
Yeah,
I don't know if you picked up on that at the end, but
somewhat.
um, yeah, I mean,
But
I don't really know. Is there anything else you had to say about it or no?
no, I pretty much had all my complaints about it said.
Yeah, I guess to rate it, I gave it 3 stars, so 6 out of 10. It's not like I said, I don't hate it. It's just kind of average, a little above average to me, and very disappointed. So
Yeah. I gave it a 3.5, so 7 stars. But honestly, now that I talk about it, I kind of think it should be a 3. So 3.5 for now, but I'll probably end up changing it.
yeah, I do want to rewatch it at some point. So
Yeah, maybe it'll hold up better a second time, but I don't know.
yeah, I think I gotta go in with the mindset that it is a love story and it's not
Not
a
a
slasher, and then I
Yeah.
can sort of appreciate that more. But
Yeah.
yeah, all right, I guess we can
Move
move
on to the
on,
next topic.
which is Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. It was Marvel's second Disney Plus like short special,
Yeah.
whatever, and it basically follows um Drax and Mantis trying to make Star Lord have a good Christmas after it was apparently ruined for him as a kid. So it was fun. It
Yeah.
wasn't like anything crazy, you know.
Nothing world breaking or anything like that, but it's like a cute Christmas story. That's really it was cool to see Mantis and Drax's characters given more like dialogue, because I feel like usually they don't really they have relatively small roles, even in Guardians. So this is like the first time we're really there, kind of like the forefront of the story, which was cool.
Yeah, they had the spotlight.
Yeah.
They it was basically just following them the whole time. It followed Star Lord a bit, but not really. Um, they kind of went back to his childhood, and they had Michael Rooker come back to voice Yondu.
Oh yeah, for the animated scenes.
Yeah, and I thought the animation was cool. It was like a nice touch.
Yeah.
But yeah, it basically just follows Drax and Mantis and Drax, and they go back to Earth to kidnap Kevin Bacon and bring him to Star Lord, which is like a
Yeah.
running gag from the MCU that
He's his
since
favorite hero.
since Star Lord is from Earth, he he knows Kevin Bacon and like he thinks that he was this great hero when he was a kid, but he didn't realize he was like an actor, I guess.
Yeah.
Or no, I guess I mean he did,
No,
I
he
guess.
knew, yeah.
But
But
yeah,
he
for
just
some
talks about yeah.
yeah, Drax and Mantis didn't realize. So they thought he was just like some insane hero. And there was that one scene in I forget which Avengers movie it is, but
On Infinity War,
I think it's
maybe?
in Infinity War when Mantis says like, "Oh, is Kevin Bacon part of the Avengers or something?"
Oh
So
yeah, yeah.
they took like that concept and just turned it into a short, which was cool. Um, but yeah, it just like I guess it's kind of like a buddy cop kind of vibe. I do want to say though that I don't think their humor always hit Drax and Mantis. It was kind of some of the stuff worked, some didn't for me. A little
Yeah.
of their dialogue was sometimes corny.
But I
Um,
feel like with a Christmas special, they're going for that corny type of like, it's supposed to be for a family, like, for families to watch, so I get why they go for the more corny stuff.
yeah, that's a good point. We also get introduced to what's the dog's name? Cosmo.
Cosmo.
Cosmo, the space dog, who's voiced by Maria
I know she's from Borat too,
Bakalova or something.
I don't know how to pronounce her name.
Yeah, she's the girl from Borat too, who's up and coming now in Hollywood. We talked about her before when we watched
Bodies, bodies, bodies.
yeah, yeah. She was good in that. But yeah, she has a small role in this and she was fine. I thought Cosmo was a dude, but I guess not.
Yeah, I guess I think in the comics, it's a dude, I guess they changed it for, but I was curious about the way they were gonna make like, if he just was gonna straight up talk or but it's just like a translator, I feel it's because it's coming from, like, a box, not like him actually her actually talking.
Yeah, and I think that works better,
Yeah,
honestly, because I feel like her voice and just a talking dog wouldn't really.
yeah.
I mean, I
But
guess it would work, but
for those who are listening and haven't seen Borat 2, highly recommend, it's a really good movie. It's hysterical. Sh that's, like, her breakout role, and that's why she's getting all these roles and everything else.
yeah. I mean, I prefer Borat 1,
They're
but
both yeah, yeah, but they're both
yeah, I enjoyed Nebula in this too. I thought she was funny. Um,
yeah.
just with her lack of care for anything. And she has that one line where she's like, "I guess all
All
actors aren't."
actors aren't pieces of shit.
Yeah,
That was actually
just
that actually made me laugh out loud, I'm not gonna lie.
yeah. It was a lot more musical than I expected
Yeah, I
too. It
was
was
gonna
like
say the music was, like, really good. They had original songs and stuff, like, I
yeah,
really enjoyed the I mean, anything with James Gunn, the music is always gonna be great.
yeah.
All of his mu I mean, look at all of his superhero projects, like the Suicide Squad, the music's great.
Actually, yeah, you're right. All the Guardians
All the
movies usually
Guardians, yeah.
have good soundtracks. But yeah, I don't really like James Gunn that much, but
Really?
he does his thing with the Guardians. So
I mean, I haven't seen, Slither. I know, like, that's, like, one of the like, the bigger movies he's made, but, I mean, I love all his superhero stuff.
did he direct that or produce it?
Slither? No, he
Yeah.
directed that. He produced, oh my god, I can't remember the name of it. It's supposed to be like an evil Superman type of movie. I forgot what
Oh,
it's called.
Brightburn.
Brightburn. He produced that, but he
Yeah,
didn't
I've seen
direct
that.
that.
I actually like Brightburn. It's pretty good.
But I doubt he's gonna be doing any original stuff for a while now because he's basically the head of DC.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's gonna have Guardians 3, which we got a trailer for. We'll talk about
We'll talk
later.
about that later, yeah.
And then he's basically done with Marvel. So
Yeah. I mean, never say never. Who knows? Maybe in the future he'll come back. But and also, I think he will end up directing some stuff for DC. I don't
yeah, I
think
mean
he's gonna.
he said he was going to still, but we'll see. I feel like he might maybe stick to the TV side,
I
because
mean, he'll definitely do Peacemaker season 2. That's more just a passion project for him.
yeah.
And
But
then
no,
maybe like then I know they probably won't do the Suicide Squad, but whatever like whatever Amanda Waller, like they have like that secret I mean not Marvel, secret like DC thing that he's supposed to be directing.
yeah,
Whatever it is, like whatever that project is, I mean, he's out. He'll direct it. I'm assuming.
yeah, I think so. And what's it called? He recently said, when he, how like Spotify Wrapped came out and shit,
Spotify rap.
or
Oh,
no,
yeah,
or
yeah.
like all that.
The music shit. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he posted something on Twitter. He's like, "Oh, I can't show you what like my top 3 songs are because they're key songs in like the secret DC project I'm working on."
You serious?
Yeah,
Oh, that's kind of cool.
yeah, um,
I don't know if you saw I really like how I know we're getting pretty off topic, but I like how he's very vocal and communicates really well with the fans. Not nothing against Marvel, but like I feel like he's definitely the most vocal like director or like producer in this
yeah.
field.
And I feel like,
Usually the DC ones are pretty good, I feel like.
yeah, I would say, because Marvel directors are probably scared to say anything
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they know Kevin Feige will kill
Rip their
them.
head off. Yeah.
But
Like Sandberg is really right? Sandberg?
David F. Sandberg, yeah,
Yeah.
he's
He's
always
pretty
communicating
yeah.
with fans on Twitter. But yeah, that stuff is cool in like a superhero world, because there's always these fans who like want to know about little details and little connections.
Yeah.
Like I saw, like, he had an interaction on Twitter where there's like a scene in the movie where at the end, Nebula like gifts uh Winter Soldier's arm
Oh, the
to
Rocket.
Rocket, which was like another callback to Infinity War. And then someone on Twitter was like, "Oh, how did she get his arm? This and that." And they were like, "Oh, she would never be able to like beat him in combat. It doesn't make sense."
Yeah.
And he was just like, "Yeah, like she just stole it from him. Like it's canon. So like shut up." And it's kind of funny how he could just like
Yeah.
shit, not shit on the fans, but like,
It's just like the people that nitpick about shit like that.
yeah,
Yeah. That is kind of funny he said that.
yeah. Um, what did you think of Groot's design?
I actually like it.
Yeah,
I
I
li
think he looks cool.
Yeah,
And
and I mean, you get to see it a little more in action in the trailer, but, I think I mean, he looks better in the trailer, but, they have obviously a bigger budget in that than they do in this.
mhm.
But, I think he looks good. I like the look. I like how they it's a different style than the original Groot that we got in the first Guardians because he's supposed to be, like, the bigger Groot, but I don't know, I like how they changed it and made it a little different.
Yeah, and it makes sense because this new Groot is supposed to be the son.
The son of the original Groot.
Yeah, which a lot of people don't know. I think
Yeah.
most people assume that Groot was just reborn as himself, but
Like, he
it's
doesn't
actually,
have any of the memories of the old Groot, right?
mm,
Or
I
no?
don't.
Or he does?
I feel like he does, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. What's that? Maybe he'd probably respond asked him.
Yeah, maybe I should ask him on Twitter.
Yeah,
Maybe if he's listening to this podcast right now, he'll direct message me.
yeah.
But um, yeah, no, I like how they went with that bulkier look. I think they might go with that eventually. You know, that like King Groot design.
Yeah, I remember, who plays him? I forgot.
Who plays Groot?
Yeah.
Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel said, like I think he mentioned that they were gonna do a King Groot design or, like, something get inspired by it or, you know.
Yeah, and I feel like that's the next logical step in
Yeah,
where to go with Groot.
yeah. Did you
Um,
have a favorite, character in this?
mm, I was trying to think of one, but I mean, I guess Mantis. I liked Mantis a lot. I
Honestly,
think.
I oh, I'm sorry, keep going.
Nah, you can go ahead.
Honestly, I really liked, like, literally Kevin Bacon. I thought he was great in the special.
Yeah, you could tell he was having a blast. Like he was just
Yeah, he was having a lot of fun.
it,
He was my favorite character in the special.
yeah, it wasn't like a serious role. He kind of just got to show up and like
That get
just
paid to just, you know, run around.
yeah, and he had that he got to sing at the end
Thing,
too.
yeah,
But
which was funny.
yeah, and then my
But now
favorites.
I was thinking of, oh, I'm sorry, I keep cutting you off.
No, you go ahead.
So now does this, like, it automatically disqualify him for any, like, MCU, like, role in the future?
I would say probably yes, but I don't know if he would have done one anyway. To be honest.
Yeah. I mean, he was in the X-Men movies. Well, one of them.
Oh yeah, I forgot. He's in like First Class or something,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, it's his villain was, like, pretty bad, but I'm sure, like, if he got a right script and Marvel gave him a bad check, he'd fucking do it.
Yeah, once that Disney bread came in,
Yeah.
he would be
Look
willing
at,
to.
Letitia Wright. Like, all the shit with, like, with her in the beginning where it was like, "Oh, I don't know if she would be Black Panther," and then the Disney check hit.
Yeah, yeah, that Disney check be
Yeah.
changing lives, like we've mentioned. Yeah, I'm glad he like agreed to do it because that's basically the entire plot of the special.
Yeah, yeah, I feel like they wouldn't have been able to do it, but, like, what else would they I mean, I guess they could have made, like, something, but I feel
Yeah,
like
I
it
mean they could have finessed like some story,
yeah.
and it's kind of funny because like the way that this came about was it was first of all it was like the first thing ever filmed for Disney Plus. It was filmed
Oh, really?
before any of the shows
Even
specials, whatever.
WandaVision?
Yeah, and
Damn.
the way that it came about is they were on set for Guardians 3 and then James Gunn was like or I don't know if James Gunn said it, but someone was just like, "Oh, what if we just made a holiday special?" And like 2 days later, James Gunn like wrote the entire script and like gave it to Kevin Feige,
Yeah,
which is kind of funny. And they just filmed this like during production of Guardians 3.
yeah. They filmed a lot of stuff. They filmed, like, that. They filmed, like, the ride at Epcot that they have, like, they filmed so much shit on that set.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense because they have all these actors already gathered there at
Yeah,
that point.
and
And
what's, like, Zoe Saldana, I'm sure, has a shit ton to do with Avatar, so they
yeah,
never
I
get
mean,
old either.
that's another thing. She wasn't in the
Oh,
special,
yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah,
but
you're right.
she's going to be in Guardians 3 and
Yeah, yeah.
but yeah, I was kind of surprised. I thought that she would be in it.
Nah, I figured she wouldn't, because I mean, that it doesn't make sense for her to be, like, on the team technically, because that's not, like, their version of, Gamora.
Yeah, I kind of thought they would have teased her though or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I was gonna talk about my favorite scene though before. It was when they first introduced Kevin Bacon. They like have him wrapped up in a gift box and show him to Star Lord. And he's like, what he's like, the fuck? Like this is human trafficking. Because they actually just stole a
Told him,
human.
yeah.
Which yeah, that was funny. That whole scene was well done. It did kind of kill the mood a little bit though. I can't lie. It was like a really feel good and then he was just like
Yeah, I
fine
know.
with them. But yeah, it ends up being fine. Like there's the whole Kevin Bacon has a change of heart and decides
Yeah.
to perform a song.
It's A Christmas Carol, yeah.
Yeah, which goes with that like that whole thing is corny, but I guess
It's a yeah, but it's going for that. Like, that's fine. It
yeah.
knows what it is. It's not trying to, like,
Yeah. I don't know if you noticed this, but there was like overt references to DC.
Really? Oh, didn't they I feel like they meant didn't they mention, like, a DC name or something?
Yeah.
Did they
Someone
mention Batman or
yeah,
something? I
Kevin Bacon like says, "Oh, uh something about Bruce Wayne."
that was it, yeah.
And it didn't get like brushed over. It wasn't like he just said, "Oh, Bruce Wayne." They went over it. Mantis is like, "Wait, who's Bruce Wayne?" And they like continued this like conversation for like 2
I
lines.
mean, honestly, this is probably the closest DC Marvel ever been. Because I mean, James Gunn and Feige are friends, and like they're obviously going to communicate. Like I'm sure Feige's going to be help him in some aspects with DC, or
I mean,
like lean
I
on him
don't
for advice.
I feel like he's not. I don't know.
Nah, he definitely is.
I feel like he takes this
Running a
Marvel shit
studio?
seriously.
No, like if like Gunn ever called him and reached out like for help, not like hiring him, but I'm saying like just like in terms of like just help like old because it's the head of it's the head of the studio. Like
Yeah, I
he
mean,
is like
I'm
you know what I
sure
mean
he'd
like
give him advice,
yeah.
but
And like he even like when Gunn directed the Suicide Squad, like Feige came to the set one day and like was there on set.
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. But like
Did you have a favorite scene in there
oh
or
yeah,
no?
I'm sorry, I forgot to say. Yeah, and my favorite scene honestly was when they all went to the bar and just got like hammered. I thought that was really funny.
Oh, yeah, that was another thing I forgot to mention,
Yeah,
like,
like that was I'm
did you
surprised that they allowed that in there.
yeah, I was gonna say, for something that's sort of pandering towards kids,
Yeah,
they just, like, show them get hammered,
yeah.
and it wasn't
I
like
mean, it was innocent though. It wasn't like
yeah, but they were, like, gunning shots.
yeah.
It wasn't, like,
I,
implying that they were getting drunk, it just showed
they was
them.
straight up getting drunk. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, with Disney, I get they don't have to worry about any like TV rating or anything.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah. And honestly,
it
that was my favorite scene. I thought it was really cute. I thought it was funny.
yeah. You wanna know something, like, weird?
Well,
You know in Regal, um, for the Regal Pass, they have, like, those advertisements with
well, which one?
like, the Regal Pass where the girl's like, "Oh, I can see
Oh
all
yeah, yeah,
movies," or whatever. You know, like, the dude, the black guy with the beard?
yeah. Like who's dressed up in like like the jungle safari
Yeah,
shit?
yeah. He's dead ass, like, in the special. He's at the bar with them.
Oh, is it the dude like that Drax is like hugging?
Yeah.
I mean, I honestly didn't even notice that, but now that I like look, I'm thinking about that scene in my head. It does kind of look like him.
Yeah, it's actually him.
That's crazy.
It's pretty funny. But
So now the Regal guy is canon to the MCU.
Regal guy is canon, Bruce Wayne's canon. It's
Yeah.
those ads are mad funny, though. I can't
Oh
lie.
yeah, they're like so that and
Just so stupid.
the AMC with what's her name?
Nicole Kidman, yeah.
Yeah, that was
Uh,
actually man. Those are funny.
Yeah, it's just like the Regal one where they all go in and say the movie lines. You know what I'm talking about?
Wait, what? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That
That
shit's mad fucking corny.
yeah. They gotta make that dude canon to MCU next. That guy with
Which
like the
one? There's like a
crazy
bunch of dudes in there.
the guy with
Oh,
the
like with
crazy
the fucked
hair.
up hair. Yeah,
They gotta toss him in. But
yeah.
yeah, also there was a post credit scene to this.
There was. I didn't even know
Yeah.
that.
But it's just like it's I forget what exactly it was,
Was it like
but
important or I didn't even know. I
nah,
didn't even
it
see.
wasn't. It wasn't. It was Rocket talking to I forget who he's talking. I think he might have been talking to Cosmo, and he's like, "Oh, we got to do this again next year or some shit." So it was like implying that maybe they'll do another special,
Oh, okay.
which was whatever. I didn't expect there to be a post credit scene, but
No, I didn't even. Yeah, fell asleep after.
yeah. When did you end up watching this?
Like last night when I got home. But like I put it on and I watched like and then the credits came on and I was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna close my eyes." And then I woke up, it was like 3 in the morning, and
Yeah,
I had like a random Disney Plus thing playing. I was like, "What the fuck happened?"
You just woke up and then the Santa Clauses was playing on your
The
TV.
the Night at the Museum animated TV show was playing.
That's how they get those numbers up, bro.
Yeah. But now
Yeah,
from transitioning to this. Oh, actually we didn't rate it. I'm sorry.
yeah. I was gonna say we're basically done, right? With that,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm trying to think of anything else that stuck out to me.
Mhm. I
Like,
mean the new ship. What is it? I think it's called the Bowie
yeah, it's like it's
after
David
David Bowie,
Bowie.
which is cool, and the ship looks sick.
Yeah, ship looks cool.
Yeah.
And they had that scene where he Drax like forgets to put the invisibility on,
Yeah, yeah.
which was funny.
I just realized this. This is way off topic, but it has to do with James Gunn. That I thought was pretty interesting about what he said about DC. I know it's way off topic, but
Yeah, go ahead.
um, so you know how like Star Wars, like they'll have like games that are canon, but like Fallen Order's canon.
Yeah, yeah.
They're gonna do that with DC, which I thought was pretty interesting. Like have video games that are canon to like the DC timeline or whatever, and like it can potentially cross over with like TV shows and like kind of like how Star Wars is, like how their animation and video games like are canon, and like they could like look at Ahsoka. Ahsoka was from what? Was she the Clone Wars, right?
Yeah.
And now she spun out. She has her own live action TV show and could potentially, could be in movies and stuff. So I thought that was cool that they're not really copying Marvel exactly, and they're doing it in more of a Star Wars style of like storytelling across like all different platforms of media.
Yeah, the video game stuff is cool
Yeah,
because in a video game you have so much potential to explore
yeah,
canon and different storylines because there's so many intricacies in it,
yeah.
and so much freedom in that, which is cool.
And
Um,
I don't know if I'm assuming most of the people that listen to this play video games, like, and
yeah, most
like,
of them are gamers.
yeah. So it's pretty cool to see.
Um, yeah, I was about to say something about Ahsoka. Or, I
It's
don't know.
coming
I was gonna
on
say,
what? That's gonna be soon, right? Like the
oh,
summer,
I mean, The Mandalorian just got a release
March
date.
1st. Yeah.
Yeah, which is cool. Um, but oh no, I was gonna say Marvel kind of low key did it already though because they had Captain Carter from What If going to live action. They went from animation to live action.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying like, um, well, that I mean, yeah, but technically they're two different characters. It's not like the same.
Yeah, it's not the same Captain Carter, right?
Yeah. No, no, it's different.
Yeah, but
I mean,
I think
technically it's true. Yeah.
because Marvel doesn't do that much animation. I mean, they're
No,
gonna do that Spider-Man show, which
freshman year
almost was about to get canceled, I think.
canceled. Yeah. Apparently, I mean, they're supposed to do the zombie show that's going to be rated like TV, whatever, like the mature rating,
Yeah.
which is interesting.
Yeah, I was hearing some stuff or seeing some stuff on Twitter, I should say, that Daredevil, the show might be TVMA.
I saw that too, actually.
And then Blade apparently is rated R, which I'm praying that's true. But yeah,
I don't know
wait,
about that
dude,
one. I
honestly,
hope so, but we'll see.
yeah, wait, let's just wrap up the Guardians talk
Yeah.
quick. Um, yeah, so I gave it 3.5 stars, 7 out of 10. It was
Yeah,
fine.
same.
It was just fine. Like it
Yeah.
was good. It was nothing, basically exactly what I expected, which is not a bad thing. So
Yeah. I agree.
yeah, all right. Um, yeah, but I guess we could transition from that straight into
The Guardians trailer.
yeah. I was going ham posting a ton of trailers on our Insta.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about.
So yeah, we got our first look at Guardians 3. Um,
Which, I mean, the first thing I took away from it is somebody's getting murked. I
yeah,
don't know who it's going to be. Probably Drax, I'd predict.
yeah. I think Drax could just because Batista doesn't
He's
like
just
playing
been,
the
yeah.
character.
I feel like he's grown a lot as an actor, and he's doing more like serious stuff now.
Yeah, and they were kind of implying that Rocket was gonna die, but I'm not too sure.
I'm honestly, I don't think like none of them are really safe. Like you could tell me anyone, anyone on the Guardians could die, and I'd probably believe you. Because like
Yeah,
if you look at every character, and it's like you don't like you could. There's a scenario where they die. Like it's not like no one's like untouchable. You know what I mean?
yeah. I don't think they would kill off Star Lord though, or Groot. I feel like the
Yeah,
main options are probably between Drax and Rocket.
Rocket.
I don't think Mantis is gonna die.
I mean Gamora.
She died already.
I mean they
She
could
died.
kill her again.
Dude, that's like another weird thing about these Marvel, like the MCU. If you just watch the Guardians trilogy and don't watch like Infinity War, you wouldn't even know that Gamora just dies between
I
Guardians
mean I'm
2 and
sure they're
3.
gonna address it, and it's also side note. these Guardians, like the costume designs are the best by far.
Yeah, they look really good,
Yeah,
and
they look
it's
sick.
like straight from the comics, which is
Comics,
cool.
yeah,
Whenever you see like a suit that's just ripped directly from the pages, like from the source
yeah,
material, it's always really cool. Doesn't
yeah.
happen too much, especially in the MCU.
MCU like never does it, but
They tend to over design the
yeah,
suits.
like Ant-Man's a perfect example of that.
Yeah, yeah. I don't mind Ant-Man suit, but it's getting like completely shit on Twitter.
But I really don't fucking like it that much. Apparently, he's gonna get a black suit in the movie, which would be pretty sick.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, but back to the Guardian trailer. There was like that
Yeah,
Among Us reference in there too, which was
yeah.
fire. Um. Now someone
It,
tweeted at James Gunn and was
oh,
like,
I
"Is
saw
this
that they asked him
is this
Among
an
Us,
Among Us?"
but he said no. It's
Yeah,
gotta
he's
be though. There's no way they like.
nah. He posted a picture of like the spacesuits from 2001: A Space Odyssey,
Oh, and that's
and he
what it's
says,
like.
"Yeah." Even though Among Us is way more culturally significant than 2001.
Absolutely. But
Um,
they showed that. I mean, you see a little bit of what's the villain's name again? I'm sorry. The the
High
dude, oh, the
Evolutionary.
High Evolutionary. Yeah,
Yeah, so that actor, he's from Peacemaker, right?
he's great in Peacemaker.
Yeah, because I haven't heard much about him, but
Yeah,
he just
nah,
popped
he
up.
was like the only person. Like you, the first time I saw him was in Peacemaker, and he was really good. His character.
Is he the villain in that show or no?
Um, no, no, no. He's good. Like you have to watch it. He's not really. He's like he is good, but there's like a twist to it.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah,
but I
uh,
can't really explain it without watching the show.
yeah, I'll get to it one of
Yeah,
these days. But yeah, let me think. Let me think. What was going on in that trailer? We also saw like
the new
one of the
what?
otters, an otter or something.
Oh yeah, it's supposed to be like I forgot her name.
I think it's Rocket's love interest or
Yeah,
something.
it is. It is. People were saying like Lady Gaga's playing it because of like A Star Is Born. Like people were like, "Oh, it's gonna be a reference to that."
Why?
I
Because
don't know.
Bradley Cooper
Yeah,
is
I don't. I
Rocket.
doubt that's actually true, but that would be funny if it was.
Yeah, that would. I feel like
Um,
I don't know,
what?
maybe. I mean, Lady Gaga must know James Gunn because she's about to be Harley Quinn.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Didn't that start filming too? I was reading something about that.
Mm, probably at least soon. I know it was supposed to start in December, which
Yeah.
is now.
No.
So it's kind of crazy though. This year flew by. But
Yeah.
yeah, I was
Really did.
mentioning before, one of these upcoming episodes, we're going to talk about our
Probably next episode because it's the last one of the year.
yeah, like our most anticipated of 2023,
Yeah.
which will be cool. And also,
Yeah.
I want to do like an Oscar episode, maybe Oscar predictions.
Yeah.
Um, but I have a feeling you're not going to have seen a lot of the Best Picture nominees.
No. No.
Um, which yeah, I feel like I kind of like that more artsy shit a little bit more than you.
Yeah. Not
I
that I
know
have
there's
anything against it. I just
yeah, which we'll get into a little more with the when we talk about American Beauty later,
yeah.
which is a very artsy film.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, back to the trailer. There's two shots where it shows Star Lord and Mantis just screaming, crying, also, which is
Yeah.
implying that someone dies. So
Yeah. It's looking like that.
yeah. Also, the poster was really cool.
Yeah. I did like the poster.
It's very simple and it's not floating heads, which is always nice to see.
Especially at the MCU.
Yeah, dude, literally, the amount of like floating head posters there are is actually insane.
Yeah.
Like, not even just for
There's
superhero
like
movies.
zero creativity in posters anymore.
Yeah, there's actually this documentary I watched that's about why there's not. Um,
Is there a reason why, or like?
yeah, so basically, what they said is they would have these focus groups, and if you know how sometimes they have those posters that are drawn, they're like cartoons, kind of.
Yeah.
Trying to think of a notable one, but like Star Wars, for example.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's like a painting or whatever. That's a poster.
Yeah.
When they showed those posters to focus groups, they said, "Oh, like if I see this poster, I think the movie's animated."
Who the
And
fuck
then
thinks that?
And then they show
What
them.
kinda NPCs are they fucking interviewing in these things, dude?
I don't know, bro. But the people tend to gravitate towards the ones that just had the main star actor's face huge on it, and that's what
Yeah.
we see now.
We really living with a bunch of fucking skinwalkers, dude. What the fuck
Yeah,
kinda take is that?
yeah, it's pretty wild.
Yeah.
But it's actually just floating heads on everything. But that's why I really enjoyed this poster because it's just like a nice. First of all, it's visually like appealing. I like the
Yeah.
color scheme, and you just get like the Guardians. It just shows all five of them, and they're all standing together,
Yeah.
and it's cool. Also, Cosmo is in that lineup, so I guess she's gonna be
Yeah. I assumed she was
decently
gonna
important,
yeah.
and Gamora's there too. So it's not like they're leaving it up in the air whether she's gonna rejoin or anything. It seems like she's basically for however they go about doing it.
Yeah.
That is kind of gonna be weird. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about this whole plot point of her and Peter like falling in love again or whatever. But I
Yeah.
guess
I wonder how that's gonna go.
yeah, we'll see how they handle it.
Yeah.
But
They
yeah,
wanna
so
move on to the I was gonna
yeah
say, yeah,
that
you wanna go
that comes out what in May, something
May 5th or May 6th, I think?
not too far
Whatever that
away.
first Friday is.
Yeah. But yeah, we can move on. You want to talk about Transformers trailer
Uh,
or
yeah.
another
I
one?
would yeah, I was gonna talk about the best trailer to come out.
Mario? Is that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we could do that.
I mean,
Um,
what did you think about it?
it looks really cool. The
Yeah.
animation's great, super crisp. It's like
It looks like
Mario looks
yeah.
great. They are taking some liberties with the character models and designs. Like they showed
Mm,
off Donkey Kong. He looks kind of different
yeah. The
than the
like the
OG. Princess Peach is there. She looks cool.
yeah.
And I know a lot of people on Twitter are complaining because they made Princess Peach into a girl boss.
Yeah.
But I kind of,
Yeah, which I don't understand why that's, like, such a big deal.
yeah. I mean, what do they
Like,
want? They just wanted to get
you wanted to
captured.
fucking roll back and,
Dude,
it makes the character way more interesting if you give
yeah,
them, like, the fucking
exactly.
motivation.
The damsel in distress is like such a
Oh,
bad
yeah,
character.
dude. There's 0 depth to it.
Yeah.
Like, at least, like, it's cool, like, she's trying to defend her kingdom or whatever.
Yeah, and
She didn't
also,
even do it, like, she literally was just like, "Yeah, we need to defend ourselves," and people were like, "Oh, what the fuck is wrong?" Like, what do you just wanna just fucking sit there and get captured?
yeah, it's woke though. It's woke.
Yeah,
It's the woke
it's the woke mob
leftists.
it's the woke mob.
Um,
I saw some online about people were complaining, like, they're like, "Oh, why is the gay pride flag in the Mario trailer? They're talking about the fucking Rainbow Bridge from Mario Kart."
yeah, bro. People be
Eh, which is
grasping onto anything they can.
yeah.
That's
Anyway,
mad
but
funny. Yeah, I did see that.
the trailer was great, it looks really good, the voice acting looks great,
Yeah, she's
animation looks really good.
Peach is voiced by Anya Taylor-Joy,
Yeah. The cast is,
which
like, ridiculously stacked
yeah, I kind of wish we
for an
heard
animated
Seth
movie.
Rogen's Donkey
As
Kong.
a Donkey Kong, yeah, which I'm sure he's gonna be great. I'm not, like, worried. Like,
Yeah,
Jack Black sounds great as Bowser.
yeah. I don't really mind Chris Pratt. He's like okay, but
Yeah, I don't like he's fine. I mean, I feel like it's hard to, like, do a voice of, like, a video game character like that, where he doesn't
yeah,
really have dialogue.
we got to hear some of his iconic Mario lines though.
Yeah,
When he said like "Let's a go" or something.
yeah,
It was kind of corny how they did it though, because he just like whispers it.
yeah,
And he also says Yahoo, one of Mario's most iconic lines of all time.
yeah,
People were complaining about it as people complain about everything, but
yeah.
yeah, I didn't mind his voice. It's fine.
Yeah, I didn't have any problem with it. And I feel like they're gonna first of all, if I don't think this would have been made if Nintendo thought it was gonna be bad. Like, I'm assuming it's gonna be pretty good, because
Yeah,
usually Nintendo is very, like, strict with lending their IP stuff out.
yeah, and especially to Illumination, who puts out shit like the Minions and like
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the Minions is, like, one of the highest grossing films of all time.
Yeah, that's actually true.
So I mean,
Yeah, this
and
movie's probably gonna it's probably gonna go
lately,
crazy at the box office.
oh yeah, it could make like $1 billion. Honestly, I'm not even gonna lie.
Mhm.
Um, but honestly, lately Disney's been kind of shit in the bed with animation movies,
Yeah, we had that new movie come out, Strange World.
which they didn't advertise at all. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
I haven't seen it. I don't know if it's good or bad, but I know, like, they literally did not even fucking attempt to advertise it whatsoever.
yeah, I saw something that's gonna lose, like, estimated 160 mil or some shit.
Well,
Just
yeah, I mean, what are they
dude,
there's
that's
no
crazy, bro. That's actually crazy money.
they put, like, no advertisement into anything.
Yeah. Did you see that interview with, Jake Gyllenhaal?
No. What?
They were interviewing for Strange World, and he was just like they were asking, like, how this relates to, like, real life or something, and he was just
Mhm.
like it was like a group interview, so it was, like, him and 2 of the other actors. And he was like, "Yeah, like, cause this really is a strange world we live in." And like no one said anything or reacted to it. And he just like sat there mad awkwardly. Did you see
That's
that or
actually
not?
no, I didn't see that.
I'm gonna send it to you, dude. That should have me crying.
I didn't
So
even know he was in the movie, honestly.
yeah, he plays the main guy.
Oh, really? So why the
Yeah,
fuck like, it's not even they have a really good lead actor as the role, like, why I don't
dude,
understand why they didn't, like, advertise it more.
I have no fucking idea, honestly. Well, I'm trying to find this
It's
clip
just
really
so
quick.
weird, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna send this to you. Just check Twitter. I want you to watch it though, just to give your
Oh,
reaction.
alright.
Um, But yeah, no, that
Oh.
movie's gonna flop. It already is flopping, I think. You got that or no?
Ugh, dude.
I might post that on the page. But isn't that mad funny though?
Uh, it's pretty
That's
bad.
that just shows how great their marketing is.
Yeah.
I feel like he's probably thinking that making that movie was a mistake, but he got his paycheck, so
Yeah. I mean, it's not his fault the movie's flopping. Disney just, like, didn't advertise it.
yeah. I mean, animation, does it even do that well financially nowadays? I
Yeah.
feel like
Like, Spider-Verse is gonna make a shit ton of money.
yeah, that's true. But that's also like the Marvel IP.
Yeah.
Spider-Man, one
I
of the
mean,
most
Minions made $1 billion.
yeah. I mean, the Mario movie's definitely gonna do well, unless it's like
Yeah.
unless reviews come out and
Shit,
it's
yeah.
complete
I mean,
shit.
even if it's shit, people are still definitely gonna see it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still gonna see it regardless.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right. Let's let's move on to another trailer that we posted, which I mentioned before. New Transformers
Whereas
movie,
Beast Wars, which
Beast Wars.
I don't really know, like, too much about the Transformer lore, but I'm pretty sure it's, like, they're supposed to be the first, like, I guess, Transformers to
Yeah,
come
it's
to
really
Earth because they all, like, um
they mimic animals instead of
yeah, they're
cars,
all, like, animals, basically.
which is
And
fine. I guess
yeah.
I like
I heard this
I
movie didn't test that well at,
really.
in,
I
like,
mean,
test screenings and shit.
they can always change shit, but yeah, it just seems like more Transformers action schlock. Like I don't know. You take Michael Bay out, but what can you really do with a Transformers movie besides just make like a big action movie to sell toys?
I mean, apparently Bumblebee was good. I haven't seen it, though.
I've seen it. It was
Is
pretty
it
good.
good?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Is
Well,
it, like,
anyway,
the best one since, like, the original?
mm, I really like the first two. I can't lie.
I mean, I just remember watching them as a kid, and it should get me fucking hyped up.
Yeah, when Sam Witwicky was
Wiki, yeah, dude.
yeah.
Apparently, he's supposed to be, like, dead in the Transformers canon? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think he is. Just like they just killed him off
Yeah.
screen.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, because Shia just like went insane towards
Insane,
the
yeah.
end of
Look,
that.
he deadass had the Transformers and the Indiana Jones. They like if he would have been normal, they probably would have made like some type of fucking movie with him and Indiana Jones. Like they was setting him up to be like the next, like
Yeah,
take up the role or whatever.
if he would have been normal instead of having mental illness, then yeah, he would be awesome. But
You ever see the clip of him like he's on like a I forgot some like movie like a it's 20 year some anniversary for it. They did like a round whatever what's it called round table when they read the script.
yeah, yeah. Is it when he was like smoking and shit?
Yeah, bro, he was like in his car and he was just like completely blasted. And
Yeah,
like
I've seen
everyone's
that.
just normal, yeah.
Yeah, but to talk about the trailer, one thing that I noticed that was a little bit alarming to me was so the guy Anthony Ramos, he's the main dude. He has that whip. That car is voiced by Pete Davidson, and they didn't show the voice at all. So I think the voice might be bad, bro. It's very
I mean, they didn't.
possible.
They only the only voices they really showed were Optimus Prime and then Optimus Primal. So I mean, it could just be they're still like pretty early in product, like in terms of
Wait,
like
who
the
is
voice.
Optimus Primal?
Who's playing him?
No, I know it's Ron Perlman, but
Oh,
which
the ape.
that ass?
Hmm. You could tell. It's you hear Ron Perlman in the voice.
Yeah, it must have slipped past me because I thought Optimus Primal would like look like Optimus Prime, except kind of just
I mean,
jungly
I
or
don't. I
something.
don't know like the like lore, like what Optimus Primal is. Like I don't know the lore. I don't. Let me look that up. Like, is it a past version of Optimus Prime?
I don't know.
I'm gonna look it up.
I don't know nothing about the Transformers lore.
Neither do I. My computer will load. Give me 1 second.
Besides the impact that Samuel Witwicky had on saving the Earth, that's
I
the
don't
only
know
thing
who
I
the
know.
villain is either. I have no idea.
Yeah, you think is this like in canon with any of the other ones or?
Probably canon to Bumblebee, but not the other ones.
Yeah,
I like how
that's
they go for
smart.
the older design of Optimus Prime, like the original.
Yeah, he looks okay. Nothing crazy. I do
Yeah,
like
he
how
looks
they at
way
least.
better in Bumblebee if you see Bumblebee.
Yeah, yeah, he does. But yeah, I like how they actually tried to do something different. Like they're doing this primal shit or Beast
Yeah,
Wars,
like
whatever, instead
following
of
because I feel like the other ones they didn't really follow. Like it was just like original shit more.
yeah, they're just like, okay, we have Transformers, and like, what do we
Yeah,
do with them? And then that's how they got this shit like Transformium and like
yeah,
Megatron coming back every movie, and Megan Fox leaving the franchise.
yeah. Them just sexualizing Megan Fox in any way possible.
Yeah, bro, those Transformers movies was like
Well, he's like
that was like,
known for just inherently sexualizing women in movies. Like that's like one of his tropes.
dude, that when I watched that movie for the first time, that's when I realized like, okay, I'm attracted to women.
Yeah, bro.
Because
When
like
everyone's in
we
like
were
middle
young, bro,
school,
and
yeah,
they show
dude. We
like
were in like
these,
middle school. You just
they
have
show these,
Megan Fox like
yeah.
running around the desert.
She was like my celebrity crush when I was a
Yeah,
kid,
dude.
but then she turned into Machine Gun Kelly's sussy wife.
Wait,
Who does
why?
weird
Why was
things.
she written out of like the story? What happened?
Well, I'm trying to think, because I low-key have been slowly rewatching the movies over the past year. Um, so the first two she's in, the third one, Sam is in it again, and he has a new girlfriend, and
Yeah,
she's not in it. In the story, they kind of just say like, "Oh, they broke up, and that was it." But there's definitely some behind the scenes shit of why she.
yeah. 100. Maybe she. Yeah, it's gotta be.
But for when these movies came out, dude, they probably like offered her like fucking a fourth of the salary or something. That
Yeah,
Shia
yeah.
LaBeouf
That's
got.
100% something I would do.
Yeah, but yeah, now we're not even talking about the trailer to be honest.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm trying to
But
think
yeah,
like what
it looks fun.
it looks cool. Yeah,
I'm
you
kind of curious what the villain is gonna. I'm gonna look up what the villain is because
yeah
I'm
you
trying to.
the action looks cool, and you have all these dinosaurs or not dinosaurs but
Like
animals.
animals.
There's one that's like a jaguar, which is
Oh,
cool.
I know the villain is played by Peter Dinklage, which is cool.
Peter Dink. Yeah, I've been I was grinding out Game of Thrones with my friends, but I
Oh,
kind of stopped.
he's sicking you.
Yeah, he's like my favorite character. I stopped after like season 2, episode like 5. I have to get back on it. Probably over winter
Is it
break.
Unicron? Is the name of
Unicron? I don't know. I think that's like
no,
Thanos of Transformers.
I mean, probably
Um, but yeah,
Unicron. I
no.
don't
If
know.
you guys want to check out any of these trailers, they're on our socials, aka our
Yeah,
Instagram.
yeah. This is one of those movies where I just like I have no zero expectations. Like it could either be really good or be atrocious.
Yeah, because like the more recent Transformers are pretty awful. I can't lie.
Besides
Um,
Bumblebee,
yeah,
but this feels more Bumblebee than the old like this. I
yeah,
feel like I have more faith in this than I did in like fucking The Last Night and all those other ones.
yeah. And I'm curious to see how Anthony Ramos does because I like him as an actor. He was really good in The Heights. Um,
And then he's
he's
gonna be he's in Ironheart too. He's gonna be the
yeah,
villain.
he's gonna be in the MCU
Eh,
as every actor eventually
well,
joins. Speaking of that though, did you see like apparently Jenna Ortega is might be in the Daredevil show?
no.
Apparently she might play White Tiger.
Isn't General Take is what, the one from Wednesday? It's going?
Yeah, which Wednesday is super popular.
Yeah.
It had like the highest streaming numbers of any Netflix show ever.
Really? Even more than Stranger Things?
Yeah, it beat Stranger Things.
I mean, it's Tim Burton, so I assumed it was gonna be good.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to get this much.
Is it actually good or it's just like very popular?
I mean, I'm sure it's good. I didn't watch it. Alexandra watched it, I think.
Uh,
So, but yeah, I really like Jenna Ortega, so I might watch it. Dude, I didn't know. You know, she's like in a Jacob Sartorius video.
really?
Yeah, she's like, she plays like his girl in one of the videos when she was
Oh,
like a.
oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut, but I saw something that she's actually in the MCU already.
Yeah, she is. She
She
plays
plays
like,
like someone's daughter in like Iron Man 3 or some shit like that.
I think, you know, like that little jit that he finds, Hartley Sawyer. Is that his name?
Wait, little what?
Did I make that up? Not that, like kid.
Oh, the random like little fucking kitty finds Iron Man 3.
Yeah, I think it's like that kid's sister or something.
Wow.
Yeah, so like
Really?
it's
Yeah.
yeah, it's like the most random role. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, um, yeah, Transformers trailer, fine, looks cool. Probably gonna be bad, but it'll be good
Who
action.
knows? Maybe.
Probably
Maybe
make a
it'll
lot of
set
money.
up like a new. Is this supposed to set up any other? Like, is this like a new trilogy or something?
I mean, I'm sure the goal is to
Do more
like
movies, I'm
yeah do
sure. Yeah.
more, but um yeah the last trailer though was Indiana Jones,
Hmm.
which got a title Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, which is
Which, listen, I like that they're keeping it in the style of like like with the other titles, like they're not changing it. I'd rather it be like this than something like fucking like they them just call it like indie or like some shit like
yeah.
that. I like this better.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's super
Indiana Jones. It
like
feels like
cliche,
yeah, but
but it
that's
just
like the whole yeah.
it matches with the franchise,
Yeah.
you know. And I was actually very like really surprised by it. It looks really good,
Yeah, it looks great.
and
Um,
they're doing de-aging on Harrison Ford
which
too.
didn't look too all. I know the rumor is that time travel is going to be a big plot point in the movie, and that the main villain, I forgot his name. I know he's played by Maz Mikkelsen. That's what his name.
Yeah, I think he's like a Nazi or something.
Yeah, he's a Nazi scientist who now works for NASA. Um, the rumor is that he's trying to get the Dial of Destiny to like turn back time to reverse World War II, so the Nazis would win. That's like basically what the big rumor is now. And it's kind of
Yeah.
looking more like that as the trailer. It looks great. Doesn't look like Steven Spielberg didn't direct it. It looks like just the other movies to me.
Mhm.
So I'm pretty excited for it.
Yeah, I'm surprised they are doing this de-aging though. And I saw something, I don't know if it's true, but apparently he's gonna be de-aged for like a third of the movie.
Oh, really?
which is like a lot, especially with the bread that it's gonna cost.
I figured that like he was gonna like I when I first heard time travel was involved, I figured that they were gonna do like the his timeline's kind of reset and they cast like a younger actor to lead more movies in the future, which I kind of
Yeah,
wish they would do. Would
I
be
mean, who
cool,
knows? It could still happen, but
but I don't think they're gonna do that now.
yeah. And I saw people saying that um now since they know they can de-age him and he looks good, there's a chance Han Solo might show up on the Mandalorian.
No,
But
if anything, they'd use that other guy.
yeah,
Apparently,
Alden,
I've read
whatever.
something that he was supposed to pull up in the end of Boba Fett, like the end of Boba Fett, like the big ass battle, like him and that other girl that was from Game of Thrones. I never saw Han Solo, so I don't know. Like the
Oh, Amelia Clark.
yeah, apparently they were gonna be in the ending of Boba Fett, but it got like cut last minute.
Yeah, Boba Fett was pretty terrible. But
Yeah,
yeah,
but
so let me think about this trailer. So we see, let me think what intrigued me. Just the whole vibes, like the music.
adventure, yeah, the whole
It was it was pulling at your nostalgia,
yeah.
even though we shouldn't really be nostalgic about
I mean, we grew up
Indiana
watching
Jones.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, we did, but it came out. It's like I feel like Dad's generation probably grew up with it
Yeah,
more
but
than
like even like Star Wars, excuse me, we grew up with Star Wars.
yeah. But we grew up with like the prequels, kind of.
Yeah, so I mean, um,
Yeah, isn't there some other big name actor in it that plays a villain too, or something?
that I don't. Let me pull up the cast on my phone.
Oh, that guy. What the fuck's his name? Anthony something.
Uh,
He shows up for a split second. So I'm just wondering, like, what is the storyline going to be for the young Indy, the de-aged?
I think they said it's just throwbacks, but
Because it's going to have to take place like before Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, because he's kind of older in that.
yeah, I mean, it's gonna be in the 40s because it's gonna be World War II. Oh, Antonio Banderas is in it,
Yeah,
man. He's
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
who plays Puss in Boots, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which speaking, that's actually Puss in Boots. We'll talk about it. Actually, that's another episode. But I heard some crazy shit about that.
Yeah, it's having like test screenings and doing amazing.
People
Yeah, I
were
think it has.
calling it like Shrek's version of not Shrek, like the Shrek, I guess, universe version to Logan or something. Like I was like, what the fuck? Apparently, it's really good.
Yeah, Puss in Boots and Logan
Yeah,
in the same sense.
yeah.
Um,
But anyway,
yeah, hopefully it has the Shrek post credit scene.
I mean, I've heard people talking about like that he pulls up, but I don't know how true that is.
Yeah, I mean Shrek is a moneymaker, so hopefully they bring it back.
Yeah,
But yeah, nah, that dude does play Puss,
yeah.
so he's
And
a good actor.
Zorro.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw he said
Yeah, he petitioned for
Tom Holland to be Zorro.
which I don't understand. Like I just feel like every person that like has any franchise that needs like a younger person to take over, the most generic like Hollywood answer is like, oh, Tom Holland. You know
Yeah,
how many
meanwhile,
fan castings I've seen? Yeah, I mean how
uh,
Tom Holland's like a white dude. Zorro's like fucking. Isn't he like the whole character thing that he's from like what is he, Spanish?
uh, who's Zorro?
Yeah.
I don't know. I have no idea. Um, they got to get Tom Holland to play Kratos.
No, I need him as Atreus.
Have
Him
you?
as a what? Have I
No, I
seen
wanted
it?
to talk about this too because I know last episode I asked you about God of War. Have you been playing it still or
Yeah, I
no?
mean I'm not finished yet, but
Yeah, because
I'm up.
I came
Well,
home for Thanksgiving
oh
and
yeah, yeah.
I was like, all right, I'll play it a little bit. But I got so like engrossed in the story, I just like couldn't put it down, and I beat the entire campaign.
I'm up to
It's
when um fuck, what was the last thing I played? You're with like um you're, like, with Thor and, like, Atreus
As
is, like, getting the other piece of the mask.
yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, that's low key like halfway, I think.
Yeah, I
Maybe
still
a
got a lot to
maybe
play.
a little less. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, but dude, that's like actually so good. One of the best games I ever played. I can't
Yeah,
even
I've
lie.
heard, like, fucking nonsense. I'm thank God I've avoided most spoilers. I mean, I kind of have an idea what's gonna happen,
Yeah,
but, you know,
yeah. I
interesting to
mean,
see, like, how it's done.
yeah. There's not like a crazy. I mean, the ending is amazing, but like, there's not like some crazy shit that people would be posting about on Twitter and like spoiling on purpose.
Yeah. I really hope they said this is the last game in the Norse mythology.
Yeah, I think what they might do is do a spin-off with Atreus.
I guess, yeah.
Um, like, similar to how they had the
They
Miles
did Miles
Morales,
Morales, yeah.
just like a smaller game.
Why, do they allude to something like that?
Well, yeah, they like Atreus has more shit to do
Oh,
after
yeah,
the
no. Oh, after
so
the game ends?
yeah, but they don't really like allude to the fact that you're gonna like play as him or anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I was seeing God of War Kratos like fan castings for because the Sony is making the live action show with Amazon
Mhm.
Prime.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean,
and I've
I
seen
think,
people are campaigning for Triple H, and
I haven't seen him act in anything.
he's in Blade Trinity, I think, and he was like fine. Um,
I want Christopher Judge. I feel like I just can't, like, I don't know. I feel like
yeah,
he's
I
the
did as
perfect
well,
fit.
but if you look up like Triple H on look up Triple
No,
H
I know what he
Kratos,
looks like. And
he
yeah, I
looks
know.
exactly like him.
I
It's
know.
actually crazy, and he's pretty jacked. So
But just because you're jacked and you look like him doesn't qualify you for the role.
yeah, then they got to get Timothy Chalamet as Atreus,
Atreus.
and
Who do
then
you think they would? I feel like they're gonna do like the Greek story first,
I don't know.
because I feel like it's not gonna mean as much like the whole Norse shit. Or
Yeah,
maybe they do the Norse shit first, and if it's popular, they could do like a prequel about him in Greece.
yeah, I was thinking that, and maybe a different actor,
Yeah.
but yeah, because I feel like you need two different actors for the Greek.
I mean, they're basically completely different characters.
Yeah, he has this insane transformation.
As like a being, yeah. His
Yeah,
arc,
but not
the
there's
whole,
some like super heartfelt shit, low key, and
yeah, I'm sure.
so once you get up to it, you'll see. But
But
yeah, no, I just wanted to quickly touch on that.
yeah,
But
I
I
think
guess
that's all the trailers, dude. Actually, I mean, we don't really, I don't know. It didn't really reveal a lot, but they released actually a trailer to the Boys TV show spinoff called Gen V. It didn't
yeah,
really reveal much, but it shows you a look at like the cast and stuff. And some there's like I think they showed A Trains in it, and I think who the hell's that girl with the red hair?
mm,
I forgot her name.
yeah, I forgot her name too,
She's in it as
but
well.
she's in there. The girl
And
who like rips her hair out.
yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. Like I'm not. It'll just
Yeah,
be like
the trailer looked good. I mean, there's just blood splattering and like
yeah.
killing and all that shit, which is
Apparently, the main girl is going to be like very important to the future of like the franchise.
yeah. What they'll probably do is they'll probably bring in
I'm
some
assuming she'll
characters.
be on the 7. She'll end up on the 7, the main girl.
Yeah, because I forget that when season, what was it, season 3 happened?
Yeah.
When that ended, there's only like 5 members left or something.
Yeah. I think
So
because it's the Deep, it's uh the
Homelander, the
Deep,
Deep,
Homelander, A Train, uh Black
Black
Noir.
Noir is dead.
Oh, he's dead. Wait, what the hell happened in season 3? Why can't I remember?
Black Noir got killed.
Who killed him?
Homelander.
Wait, why did he
Um,
kill him again? Why am I having like a fucking stroke? What I'm trying to think what happened at the end of the Oh, they depowered Maeve.
yeah, she got fucked up, and then
Yeah.
she's not on the 7 anymore.
No, I heard she's like completely written out of the show.
Really?
They like never they don't even like discuss her again.
Well, Jeffrey Dean Morgan's gonna be in season 4, which is sick.
No, I heard that too.
He seems like the perfect type of actor for that world.
Yeah.
I know they're filming season 4 right now.
And I loved Soldier Boy. Soldier Boy is probably my favorite character of season 3.
Yeah. Yeah, season 3 is sick.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah. Well, I don't think we posted that trailer, but it's not really too crazy anyway,
yeah.
so
There's nothing too revealing about it. I don't know when it's coming out though.
yeah.
But I'm assuming sometime in 2023.
Yeah, I would say so.
But
Um, but yeah, let's get to the last movie of the day.
yeah,
I'm
this will
sorry
be
if I'm like
interesting.
I'm kind of shy right now, dude. I can't lie. But
Yeah,
so I'm sorry if my energy is low, fans. Um, but yeah, let's get to this last movie. This is what I recommended last week. It's a movie called American Beauty. Um, came out in 1999, and it won Best Picture for that year. Um, directed by Sam Mendes. It was actually his debut film, and you probably know him from he directed 1917. Joe, I don't know if you know that
no, I
movie.
heard they need to do some James Bond stuff too.
Yeah, yeah, he did two or three of the James Bond movies, I think. And yeah, it basically follows this dude named Lester Burnham, who's played by Kevin Spacey, and it follows him and his family, and they're just like the basic, complete, normal white picket fence suburban American family.
Yeah,
He has a job. He hates his job. Him and his wife resent each other. The
his daughter
daughter
hates him.
hates him. And it's just
Like
kind of like,
basic like midlife crisis type
yeah.
of, you know.
And what happens is he's played by Kevin Spacey. I forgot if I said that, but what happens is he goes to watch one of his daughter's dance routines, and he ends up like getting an infatuation with one of his daughter's friends and decides to completely like change his life after that. And he's like fuck the system, whatever. Um, he quits his job. He like, just doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, he just like does what's making him happy,
Yeah.
basically.
Um,
And it kind of leads to this whole like spiral of events.
yeah, and when I was thinking back, like this is my second time watching it. The first time I watched it, I feel like the storyline with the daughter's friend, I thought that was a more pivotal part, but it's kind of like shows up at the beginning, then he goes through this entire like transformation, and then she comes back at like the end. I so it wasn't like fully like he wasn't doing everything just to get her. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, he kind of was.
I think he
Because
was
like, if
just
she wasn't in the movie, he probably would have never even done any of the stuff he did.
yeah. No, that's a good point, but like in the middle parts where he's like smoking weed and doing whatever,
No,
like
but that's
she's
all,
not
like
really a factor in
no,
it.
no, but that's all due to the fact that, like, it's like the spiral that occurs from him, like, the chain of events.
Yeah.
So he starts working out or whatever, and then, he starts, like, fighting with his wife, and then he meets the kid outside and smokes with him, and then which actually that was a really funny scene, I did like that scene.
Yeah,
Um,
dude. I actually I love that character, Ricky Fitz.
yeah,
Um, he just like he doesn't give a fuck. Like he just quit his job on the
yeah,
spot. He was like, his boss came out and he was like, "I'm not paying you to be doing whatever you're doing out here."
don't
And then
pay me at all.
he's like, "So don't pay me. I quit." And like that was he was also another inspiration into why Lester wanted to like
Starts, yeah, yeah,
just do whatever the fuck he wanted.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, I this is one of my favorite movies of all time. I know you didn't really like it as much.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, the movie is good. Just for me, the whole, like, him, like, being like, him trying to fuck, like, a minor just kinda really I know, like, I understand the whole point of the movie is not that. It's just about, like, him being like, "Fuck the system," and, he does what he wants, but, like, I don't know, I just couldn't get behind that was just, like, too big of a thing for me to, like, look over, in
Yeah.
my opinion, at least. But
Nah,
that's just
yeah.
a personal, like, the movie's not bad. Like, I have no problem with the actors or, like, any of, like, the plot besides that point in the plot, but
Yeah,
it's more of just, like,
yeah.
a personal thing for me.
Mm. No, I liked how it kind of put us in this world that seems normal, but no one is normal. Like all the characters are weird in a way.
Yeah, yeah. There's not
Just like
really any good characters in
yeah, literally everyone's flawed in some
yeah.
way. And I
Well,
actually I really enjoyed the military father's character also,
really?
and how he's like a closeted gay
Yeah, yeah.
when or gay. That sounded weird. Closeted gay. No, he's like he is closeted gay.
Closeted, yeah.
Um,
And like
he like beats the shit out of his son because he thinks that he
he's gay, and like he hates his gay neighbors. Like there's a gay couple that comes by and like drops them off like a gift, and they're like, he says like, "Oh, this is my partner." He's like, "Partner? Like, what do you mean? Like business partner?"
yeah,
And
he's
then
like,
like,
all right, what are you selling? What's your
yeah,
business?
yeah,
It's like so naive to the fact.
yeah.
And dude, speaking of that, like scenes like that, I thought the movie was like hilarious. It is like a dark comedy in a
Nah,
way.
there is some funny scenes in the movie. You got to have like a dark sense of humor though.
Yeah, for sure.
Uh,
Um,
Like I thought the scene was funny when he's working at the fast food restaurant and his wife pulls up with the other dude
yeah,
and he just is like no, like I don't know. I thought it was funny how he doesn't really react. He just acts like it's like completely normal.
yeah. He's like, would you like smiley sauce with that? Like his
It's,
wife's having an affair.
yeah,
Um, yeah, but I think the main purpose of the film is sort of like um being able to see the beauty in the small things of life. And that's really what Ricky Fitz's character kind of he's kind of like the director's projection of
with himself.
not maybe not of himself, but of like what the film is about and the purpose. Because
Yeah,
he basically like says the purpose of the movie a bunch of times
yeah,
throughout. How he says he records stuff and like he records like a dead bird because it's
yeah.
beautiful.
The plastic
And
bag.
yeah, that plastic bag scene is that's like one of the I think that's the most famous scene from the movie. And
Yeah,
that whole monologue of and that's sort of like when he's first talking to
his
um Jane,
yeah.
Thora Birch's character. She's great in this too. Everyone was great, honestly. But
No, there wasn't any bad performances in the movie.
yeah, he's sort of going into this monologue about how like there's this benevolent force that's like willing the bag to move, and just the fact that that's possible and just watching that is so
Yeah,
like beautiful and shows like how beautiful life can be, and that's when she kind of like falls for him in that moment. um
yeah,
but yeah, there's this one moment also when he says he recorded like a dead like a homeless person that had frozen or something, and he says like if in those moments when you're looking at someone you can like see God for a second, or like God's looking at you for a second, and if you look hard enough like you could look back at him.
yeah,
And then she's like, oh, well, what does it look like? And he's just like, beauty. So there's this whole like plot of the dude who's going insane and like quitting his job and trying to fuck this like 13-year-old or 15-year-old girl. But then like on the side there's this other plot of like just appreciating like life
life, yeah,
and like the small things in
all
life,
things,
which is kind of like weird, I guess, how
yeah.
they tossed all this shit in. Um but yeah, I don't know. Dude, I'm just surprised you didn't really fuck with it, I guess.
And I mean, at some points I thought like the daughter could be a little cringy, some of her lines, but I mean that's just me. I actually do like the scene where Ricky Fitz, that's her name, right?
Mhm.
Ricky. He tells her friend that she's boring and that's the worst thing somebody could be. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, she wants to be validated so much, like, she's just constantly looking for validation from people,
Yeah, she's
and
so insecure.
insecure, yeah, and, she sees that, I'm sorry, I always forget the name. I was gonna write it down.
What?
Um, his
Which character?
daughter his daughter,
Oh, Jane.
Jane sees Jane happy with this guy, and she's like, "Oh, like, he's a freak, like, he's a drug addict, blah, blah, blah," and, like, she's just as like jealous that she's happy and she found someone that like likes her for who she is and not just like her body or like her looks.
Yeah, and a lot of the film is touching on, like, people's insecurities and
Yeah,
sort
yeah.
of going to the wrong places
Like
to suppress it, like the
like
wife.
the wife, yeah. Like she wants to look like she's like lives this perfect life, like wants to keep this image of like, and then she has an affair with her husband.
Yeah, with some that guy
Yeah, yeah.
who's really weird.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, like, even, the girl Angela, who, like, Lester falls in love with, she's projecting that she's like, "Oh, I tell you about all the guys I have sex with," and she's acting like this, like, slut, and, like, um
She's a virgin.
she's actually turns out to be a virgin at the
Yeah.
end. She so it's just like her being insecure and caring about what other people think about her, and like projecting that, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Um, I do think it makes it a little better that he didn't end up going through with it and fucking her, but, like,
It gives him some redemption in my opinion. Like, and I
either way,
feel like
like,
there's like it would have not gone over well if he ends up like the movie ends and he just like fucks her.
yeah,
Like that
that would
not, you know what I mean?
yeah, because I think, like, the point of the
Is that he
movie isn't
learned
really
that he's
it's not really
yeah.
that, you know?
No, not at all. But like,
It's that he learns, like, what to care about in life.
yeah. And like by
Um,
the end of it, he doesn't like want like he realizes like it's not about that. And he like I like the scene where like he looks at the picture of like his wife and his daughter, but
yeah, and then he gets shot.
shot in the head. Yeah.
Um, yeah, and going back to that, like, there's um you could see, like, how vain his wife is, like, when they're finally about to, like, get romantic again, he has, like,
Yeah,
the
she
beer, and she's like,
makes
"Oh,
a
you're gonna
comment
spill."
like, "Oh, you're gonna
Yeah.
put beer on the couch." Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, "All you care about is stuff. Like, none of
Yeah.
this stuff matters."
Right.
And it's just, like, by the end of the movie, he's just, like, content, you know?
Yeah, with his life, yeah.
And, yeah, like I said, this movie does, although it is subtle, it goes into, like, the meaning of life a
Life,
little bit.
yeah. Why we do the things we do.
Yeah, and it's just, like, I think it's just trying to say, like, just being comfortable and content with what you have and who you are, instead of being insecure and trying to be something you're not,
Yeah, no, yeah,
is what leads to a happy life.
exactly.
And that comes out again with, like, the closeted father who's rejecting this idea of homosexuality,
Yeah,
and he ends up, like, trying to smooch Lester. Well, he does smooch him, but
yeah,
that was a crazy scene though. I don't know if you did you expect that at all or nah?
no.
Because I thought he
But
was
so,
gonna
like,
kill him when he pulled up.
he's not. Yeah, that's what I thought too. I was like, oh, he's gonna get murked right now. It's just he was like just standing in the rain.
Joe,
What happened?
what were you gonna say?
No, I said like when that scene happened, like when he opens the garage and he's standing, I was like, oh, he's about to get murked.
Yeah, yeah. And there was actually a deleted scene. You know when Ricky, like, shows the Nazi plate to the girl,
Yeah,
and then his dad, like, beats the shit out of him for going in
yeah.
there. Um, there was a deleted scene where it showed the Colonel guy going into
Well,
that, like, drawer or that closet, whatever, after, and, like, he pulled out a picture, and it was, like, a picture of him when he was in the military, and it was him with another soldier, and they were, like, both shirtless or something. So it was, like, implying that he
oh,
had a
he was gay.
relationship with a man. But they decided to take it out just to not, like, show his true intentions that
Yeah,
early on,
I mean, it
which was
was
a
pretty obvious in my opinion.
what,
Like,
that he was
yeah,
gay
as
himself?
soon as I heard him, like, all these effing, like, these, like, him making, like, the racial not racial, but, like, the
Homophobic. Yeah, he says, like,
homophobic slur. As soon as
yeah,
you, like, made the comment, I was like, "Oh, he's 100% closeted." And
yeah.
that's why he said, "Oh, like, you better not be get," like, when he bugs out on his son and shit, like, 'cause he's projecting his, like,
Yeah, his insecurities.
insecurities onto his son, yeah. And his son's not even gay.
Mhm. Yeah, that whole shit with, like, him with the video cams and, like, um all the shit he recorded was just like pretty weird.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I think he's like supposed to be strange. I mean,
Yeah.
no, he is supposed to be strange. There's that
That's what
one
I'm gonna say.
that one scene where he got the craziest clip. It's like he's recording across the way, and then Jane gets like slapped by her mom, and she pulls up to the window, just like unclothes herself.
And then his dad pulls up and just beats the shit out of him.
Yeah, and like he got the whole shit on cam, and it's like it's playing on the TV.
Yeah.
Um,
Did you have a favorite scene in the movie?
yeah, my favorite scene is Kevin Spacey's monologue at the end after he dies, when he's talking about um, how his life flashed before his eyes, and he remembered as a kid like laying on the hill,
Oh, yeah.
and he says like, "Oh, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about, but one day you will." And the movie ends. That was just like such a great monologue,
Yeah.
and that scene really like hit for me. It's such a great way to end the movie.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that was a
Um,
great scene.
what about you? What do you think?
I mean, it's either like it's just like a little cute scene, like when him and the kid smoke and they just like get. I don't know. I thought that was like
Yeah,
a
and,
funny scene.
yeah, and that's like
And
when he's
then,
first starting his
or yeah, you can
descent.
tell like he's first. Yeah. And then also I liked when um he flips out, like he calls that girl boring.
Yeah.
I like that scene as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of famous scenes in this movie that um, come up a lot when or
Yeah.
on film Twitter at least. I know that like kitchen scene is very famous on when people talk about like best, not kitchen, dinner table, like best
Yeah.
dinner scenes
Yeah.
where he's like pass, can someone pass me the fucking asparagus?
Asparagus, yeah.
And like they're like the mom's tweaking out, he's tweaking out, and he like
Yeah.
chucks that shit at the wall. Um, But yeah, I mean, the thing, I just feel like the characters are so well written and they're all unique and you can relate to everyone a little bit in some
Oh
way.
yeah, yeah. There's like
Like the
definitely like people like there's so many different types of people represented in all the characters in the movie that like you can at least relate to somebody in some aspect.
yeah, because everyone's insecure. Everyone wants to, you know,
Be
project
like, yeah,
themselves as something they're not at some point, even if it's not as severe as like some of them. But
yeah,
yeah, I feel like for what it was trying to do, it's like a near perfect film in my opinion.
yeah,
Um, but I want to talk about my favorite character. Like I mentioned before, it was Ricky Fitz,
yeah.
played by Wes. It's very close with Lester. I really like Lester. Besides the fact that he's a pedophile, but
Yeah. I agree. I like Ricky Fitz was my favorite character too. Although very weird, I feel like you can tell like he
he's
does
like
mean well.
yeah, he's the one character that like, and so does the daughter, but them two kind of
Yeah.
like
The
are
daughter's
the
like a dickhead to her parents though. But
yeah
she's not like bad. She's not like a horrible person.
yeah
And even, like, I like how his dad, like, constantly berates him and beats the shit out of him, and he still defends him. Like, you could tell he's
hmm
not a bad, you know.
yeah yeah. So Ricky, that's my
Yeah.
boy. But
But get to ratings now.
well, wait, I wanted to talk about before we rate it.
Oh.
What's it called? So what do you like? Isn't this so weird that Kevin
Yeah,
Spacey
that
played this
he was in
character,
yeah, it's very strange.
and then he turned out to be a pedophile in real life?
Pedophile, yeah. Yeah, that is very
Do-
strange.
And maybe it makes sense as to why he was so good as this character.
He's like,
But
yeah, just living his normal life.
this came out in 1999 though, so these allegations didn't come out till like what, like 6 7 years ago maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
but you don't know who he could have paid off or, like, shit he could have done,
Mm.
you know?
Yeah, it's just like so weird. It's really weird. And did that like dampen your view on the movie at all, knowing that in real life he was a pedophile or no?
Um, no, honestly, I kinda, like I mean, I knew he was a pedophile, but, like, I just was going into the movie, like, not think I don't know. It happened a while ago, not to say that I forgot about it, but, like, he's kind of irrelevant now, uh, Kevin Spacey. Like, I don't even
Yeah.
think he barely is in anything now.
No, he's not because he like
Yeah, he got
he got
he
rightfully canceled.
canceled, yeah. Um, So like I wasn't really thinking about that, but it didn't really like hit. Like he was good in the movie. I have no complaints about him. It's just he's a fucking pedophile in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
in the
that's why.
movie too.
Yeah, it is kind of like hard to separate art from
Yeah,
artist
art from artist.
in
Yeah,
this point, especially just because of the character that he is.
character. Yeah, yeah,
Um,
I agree.
but yeah, to me, it didn't really impact like how good I thought the movie was.
No, yeah. I mean, like regardless if it was him or not, I still would have had the same opinion about like the whole him trying to have sex with a kid plot point. Like
Yeah,
that him it could have been any other actor in that position. I still would have felt the same way.
yeah, yeah. No, it actually is a shame. He is a really really great actor.
I mean, I've heard
But
he's really good in House of Cards, but I've never seen.
yeah, I think when um these accusations first came out, he had some movie coming out that was like fully filmed, and they just like composited like a different actor over him and like
Really?
still
What's the
released the
movie
film.
called?
I forget what it's called. I'll look it up later and I'll send it to you. But I forget. It was like some crazy story. They like already made the movies. They're like,
The
dude, like
movie good? Or like,
I don't think so. I think it was like a
oh
small
yeah.
thing. But low key, I do think he got some like acting gig
I mean,
recently.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I
This
mean,
should always happen.
not I'm not saying people can't change, but like, you know, I don't know.
He's had enough acting roles,
Yeah.
but
But yeah, we'll rate it.
yeah.
I give it 5 stars. 10 out of 10. It's perfect. To me, it's near perfect movie. It's one of my favorites.
And I gave it 3 stars, 6 out of 10. Like I agree, it's a good movie, but just the whole like idea, like the whole idea of him, basically the whole point of the movie, not the whole point, but the whole movie gets put into action because he wants to have sex with like a 15-year-old, just kind of rubbed me the wrong way, and it was too distracting for me to over for all the other stuff to go well.
Yeah.
But
All right.
that's
Well,
just my personal. I could see why people really do like the movie, and like I'm not taking anything away from it. It still is a good movie, but just for me personally.
yeah. No, I forgot to mention the I love the music too. I forgot to mention that.
Yeah, the
I don't know
music's
if
good.
there's like this one theme that they play a lot that I really liked. But yeah, anyways, all right. Good.
Yeah,
Well, I'm glad that you at least decently liked it.
yeah.
Um all right, well, I guess we can move on to the Q&A. We have
Oh,
some
we got
questions.
questions. I'm surprised.
Yeah, let me see what we got. Um all right, this is from Tom Lieberman. Fuck Mary Kill, Margot Robbie, Natalie Portman, Scarlett Johansson. This is
Um,
tough. All right, I'm gonna just say right off the bat, Margot Robbie's getting killed. I'm sorry. That's a hot take,
no,
but she's facing death.
no.
Um,
Well,
so
wait,
who do
Margot
I?
Robbie. What were the other two?
Scarlett Johansson or Natalie Portman? I don't know, dude.
I don't know. Yeah, it's
I
like
feel
they're all equally good. Like, doesn't. I'm trying to think
who
like
would you,
which one's a dickhead in real life, but I have
who do
no
you want to
idea.
spend your life with though? That's the thing.
I mean, they're all. I don't know.
I think I would spend my. I
It's like
think
a
I would.
coin flip for all three, basically.
Yeah. I think I would probably marry
I was
Natalie.
gonna say you probably marry Natalie. Yeah, you love Natalie Portman.
Yeah, but I love ScarJo too. I guess I would have my one-time gratification with Scarlett, and then Margot would get slain by me. So, yeah, I don't know. You agree? You can't really make a decision on this.
Yeah,
No
no,
comment.
no comment.
Thanks for the question,
Yeah,
Tom.
thank you. That was a unique
That was
question. Yeah.
yeah. And next is from Joe Imp. Who would
Oh,
win in a fight, Kratos or the unrelenting love of Jesus? Does this even have to be answered? Jesus' love
our Lord and
could
Savior.
could
No,
easily
no.
overturn Kratos.
His love would bound the the chains of hell off his forearms.
Dude, the memes about Kratos and Christianity are actually so funny.
Can you imagine like what would happen if they were just like, yeah, like in the next game, Kratos is gonna kill all of the Christian gods, like all the saints and shit. Like people would have a fucking meltdown.
Dude, the thing is, like, the more I was thinking about it, the more I realized like how possible it is to make a
Oh, it
Christianity.
100%. Yeah, the 100, like with all the apostles and shit. Like,
Dude, but I don't think he would. I think he would be boys with Jesus and like kill like Satan, like be like Satan's second in command. His name's like
well, like the whole point
Beelzebub or something.
would be like the whole point of it is that because in like Norse mythology, like Thor and all them are like good gods, but like the whole point is that they're corrupt and like evil gods. Like that's what makes the story interesting. Because like
Yeah,
in
but
Norse
I think
mythology,
even in Norse myth, I think like Odin is kind of like a dickhead.
he's supposed to
But
be like the head god. Like Loki's supposed to be like the most evil. He basically causes the apocalypse in Norse mythology.
mhm.
He's like evil in the and he's
So
basically like a good character.
if they announced right now, like, all right, God of War 6, Christianity, you're thinking that the plot would be him killing Jesus or being on Jesus' side?
I mean, the way the other games have gone, probably killing Jesus, because like, look at all like he kills all the gods and all the other shit. Like the
Dude,
whole
that would
Greek thing is
actually be
very
insane.
no. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, can you imagine like what people would do, especially like where we live is like very fucking Christian, like white conservative. So like people would like lose their fucking minds if that got
Yeah.
released. Like
No, but if it would be sick if they did like a Dante's Inferno kind of thing. Like he goes through
There
the
there
seven
is
layers
there
of
is a
hell.
there is a Dante's Inferno game that's actually in the style of like the original God of War games that I've played before.
Yeah, I
I'm
remember
pretty sure the same people
Joseph
made
Richard
it.
had it, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah,
I don't I wonder if that's available on PS4.
probably is.
Um,
Um,
but yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, even if Kratos slayed Jesus, he would just rise after the third day,
yeah.
so he'd be fine. No, there was this meme where it was like Kratos when he realizes he has to kill Jesus so that everyone can be absolved of their sins, and it's just like his
Oh
face and he
yeah,
looks mad worried.
crying.
The memes actually go crazy.
Yeah,
There's the other one with like Jesus taking the chains from Kratos.
yeah.
And Kratos is like, I submit to you, Jesus Christ, my life is yours, or something. So funny.
That'd be.
Um,
I hope they would do that. That'd be fucking insane. Can you imagine like the final boss? You literally just fighting Jesus Christ.
yeah, and he's like turning water into wine and throwing it at you.
Matt, can you imagine like the kill scene? Like he's like
Yeah,
cuts off Jesus' head. Like, can you
yeah.
imagine that, bro? Like he beheads Jesus.
He takes
And
the Norse axe and chops
he's
Jesus'
like,
head off with a quick time event. That would actually be
oh yeah,
crazy.
like the quick
Yeah, he has
time,
to like
right? Yeah.
you have to press square in
Oh,
time and
yep.
just like
Yeah. Bam
yeah.
R3.
Um,
But
yeah, but yeah, to answer your question, unrelenting love of Jesus would
Jesus Christ would
easily win that.
easily, yeah.
So yeah, okay. Um, that was an interesting episode. We kind of got way
Yeah.
off topic,
Way
but
off topic. But there wasn't too much to talk about this week, so that works
yeah.
out.
So yeah, you wanna? It's your turn to recommend a movie. So go
Yeah,
ahead.
so the movie I'm picking out came out in 2000. It was directed by Ridley Scott, and the two main actors in it are Russell Crowe and Joaquin Phoenix. So I picked out of recommendation from I was gonna originally do this movie that my friend Emily recommended to me. Um, but then I forgot that this movie that I've never seen before is like considered one of the better movies ever made. And it's Gladiator, not the Gladiator.
All right, yeah. I
You
did
you
kind of
have
recently,
seen it, right?
yeah, I've seen it.
What
But
did you
when I
think of it?
watched it, I was like multitasking, so I don't like remember it
Okay.
on the dot. But I thought it was really good. It's like the same kind of story as like Lion King and like Hamlet. It's just like
Yeah, that type of thing.
something with like the uncle. I don't know, but it was
Killing
good.
father.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I got you.
Yeah, and that's like Joaquin's breakout, and he's my favorite actor. So, yeah, that'll be cool to talk about. What was
Yeah, I
Emily
feel
gonna
like
recommend to you?
I gotta look it up. It recently came out. She like was raving about it. I
It was
forgot.
Ridley Scott or no?
What?
Was it Ridley Scott?
No, it was she. I gotta see the name. She texted to me. Hold on.
I'm just curious. Yeah,
Let me go to her list.
she watched it recently. You think?
Yeah, she did.
All right, yeah. So I'm trying to think what's coming out next week that we're gonna watch. Is next week's The Whale or 2 weeks? I
Yeah, the
mean,
whale. The
so the
whales,
next episode
but
is The Whale.
it's not coming out by me.
Really?
Yeah, it's not coming out in Stunning, which is kind of annoying.
I don't know if I'm gonna be
Oh,
at school.
Emily recommended After Sun.
Oh yeah, I heard about it. That's supposedly one of the best of the year.
Yeah,
So
she said it was like really, really good. But so
yeah,
that'll
I'm gonna
probably
watch
be
that
next.
eventually.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I mean, I'll watch it too, but just not this week.
all right, wait. So let's outline the next episode quick. So episode 13 will be
The whale,
Gladiator and the Whale. Yeah,
and then
is that it?
what's maybe what else comes out in 2 weeks? Is Puss in Boots?
Mm, maybe. All right. Either way, we'll
When are
post
we
about it
recording?
on Instagram. 2 weeks from today,
So what is that?
December 18th, maybe something like that.
Oh, okay. No, Puss in Boots comes out the 21st. It says.
All right. Yeah. So we'll whatever. We'll post
Okay,
it
let me
up
see. Actually,
on
wait. Let me
Instagram.
see.
But yeah, now let's wrap this up. Let's wrap this
Oh
up.
yeah, no, yeah.
So,
We gotta get ready. All right.
all right. Thanks everyone for
Well,
listening.
yeah. Thanks for
Um,
listening.
check out our socials. Click the link tree. Hit up our Instagram, YouTube,
Yeah.
whatever with the letterbox. And yeah,
We'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
goodbye.
Peace.